show you how to remove and reinstall the Beltline kits on this 1980 GM truck. What you want to do, kind of start out with, if you have a nice paint job like we got here on Wade's truck, is kind of tape it off, because you're going to need a hook tool, because these are held on by metal clips that go into the body or into the actual door panel. So this is really imperative to help you to try to work them out. So you want to tape everything so you do not scratch it. You're going to come in here. Usually it's easier to start by the B-pillar side here. Kind of pull it away a little bit with your fingers and go in right where the clip is with a hook tool and kind of hook underneath it. And then kind of rotate out and then pull up, and that comes out, and then you gotta keep working your way down, kind of roll it out here, find where the clip is, pull it out. Some of these might be easier than others, but you just gotta work at it. And if you got one that's really stubborn, like this one, you can kind of come back here, kind of take the molding, because you're not going to use this anymore, so if you bend it, it's no big deal. Kind of pull up like that. Once you get started, it's more and more you get out, the easier it becomes. And then the last one, gotta kind of just wiggle out. And you can kind of see that this is the hooks. There's little barbs on them right here. And that's what you gotta kind of get out. And if you damage this one, no big deal, because you're just gonna throw it away anyway. Now the inners, you gotta be a little bit careful, because it's actually attached to the plastic, so you just can't really reef on it, because you may end up cracking the door panel depending on how old it is. But as you can see, it's all worn out. So you want to start at the back end, kind of do the same thing. Find that first clip, kind of rotate it out.
Go.
Okay, so we're trying to remove the inner belt, and if you have a really nice door panel, or in this case, the belts are really dry and brittle and the clips are really stuck onto the door panel, what you can do is actually remove the door panel, and it's going to make it easier. It's a little more work, but it'll be easier to take these off. So I'll show you how to take the door panel off. There's just a couple screws here that we already took the armrest off. And there's some screws around the perimeter of it, so we'll just get started taking them off here. And then we'll start working around the edge here. This door panel is a little older, it's missing some screws, so we'll just have to find where the screws are here. Okay, it looks like that's just that screw holding this one in right now. Like I said, well, you have to be, there's usually a screw right here you have to remove, and you're going to have to kind of hold the door handle open, which I'll show you. But so now it's just kind of sitting on there, and you got to kind of pull it out, kind of work it up like that. Usually it helps if you have the fat ones, screw them off. Otherwise, just push it down to lock it, because you're going to need that little extra height. You can take this all the way off if you want. Like this, they just screw off. And this is a power window, and I'll show you how to take the clips off on that. But I'm going to pull up on it a little bit. Now keep in mind you got this here and the door handle you got to work around. you got to open the door like this, or the handle, and you got to get it past the venting door handle. Kind of open that up a little bit. And if you want to take the wires off, which in this case you don't really need to because we're just doing this, but you just unscrew this and they kind of pull right off the post. They're not quite the quick release like new cars today, obviously, but in this case you can see how the clips are on here. You actually have to push down, and they're attached to right here, so you just don't want to start pounding on anything because you could break this panel. Well, this will give you a little bit better idea here. Now keep in mind, it still isn't going to just pop off super easy, but it's going to be easier to work with. You still need the hook tool because you're going to want to depress the tab right in here. That. So what I'm doing is pushing down on the tab here that's hooking over here. If you don't do that and you just start pushing on it, you could break this right here. And these little slots are the only thing holding on this belt line to this panel. So take your time. Like I said, this is an old piece, so you can kind of bend it if you need to. And the more you get off, the easier it becomes. So and what you might have to do too is right here, this little barb is going to hook too. So you got to make sure that this is outside, and then it's kind of press on that and then turn it and it should come right out. And see, you can see how brittle this is because it's obviously old, and that's what happens. You're going to break it. Don't need it. And then you just put the new one back on, and then you reassemble the door panel just like you took it off. Okay. We're going to show you how to install belt lines, the inner and outer, on this 1980 GM pickup. Pretty easy. They used to have a couple clips here, 5 in this case, and there's slots in the door here. What you really need to do is kind of put in a slot like this and then hook it over, as they're pretty tight clips, and that's what you want. So normally you start on the A-pillar side here. So you kind of get that one leg hooked a little bit. And push down. And find the next clip here and do the same thing. Once you kind of get one going, a lot of them will just kind of self-line up a little bit. The trickiest one is this one right here usually, but you may have to kind of push like I just did, kind of over a little bit, as the slots in every door could be a little bit different. So this is the hardest one because it's kind of hard to get lined up sometimes, but just kind of push it in. There, it should line up good right here. Gotta make sure everything's lined up correctly. Now, the inner is similar. The clips are just a little bit different. They kind of hook going up. And we took the door panel off. And it's going to be much easier to put this on and off when you have the door panel off the door here. So let's So same thing, you got the hooks or the holes here. Now you don't use this one, you got to start here. This one actually hooks onto a notch onto the division post part here on the front window. So same kind of thing, but you're going back different from the upper, so get it going. These are, when you have this off the door, you snap on it really easy. You can try to do it with the panel on the door, it's just more difficult. Okay, we got them on. So all you really need to do is reinstall the door panel the same way you took it off. Redo all the bolts, put them all back in. And once you get everything in, you want to test your window to make sure it goes up and down really well. Make sure it's not binding up at all. And it really shouldn't. With our parts, everything should fit good. You know, if you need to, if it's kind of tight, you know, one day parked in the sunshine, it'll kind of loosen everything up because everything is new, and it's going to be tight. So otherwise, you're good to go.
Alright, thank you for viewing our video. I hope it was very informative. If you have any further questions on how to install or remove, please contact us via our website, live chat, or you can call us on the phone number on the website.
Please also follow us on our Facebook page or a blog page. Both links are on our website. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel as we will be posting new videos